back at Uncle Johnny's where I got off. I took a 0 here in Erwin, and now I'm starting back up. Hopefully I can do about 10 miles today. I got about 50 miles to Station 19E, where I plan to get off and hitch a ride into Trail Days, which is in Damascus. It's just a long, too many miles for me to do in too short of a time period to walk in. But yeah, I'm about to start. I'm having a real late start. It's already it's already past noon. So hopefully, like I said, I can do 10 miles, and that's the game plan for today. 10 miles and then some 15s, and I'll be at Station 19E, and another 50-60 miles done. So let's get today started. So I just stopped for a water break and guzzled about 2 liters of water, or at least over 1.5 liters. And my goal is to stay hydrated. It's extremely humid today, but the temperatures are actually really good. But just got to replace those electrolytes, so that's what I was doing. And I'm feeling so much better than I have in the past week. Especially after that cold snap up in the Smokies. Probably a little too much information, but my poops are solid. I'm not pooping out blood. I'm not feeling as lightheaded. It wasn't norovirus, which a lot of people are getting right around this time. So it was definitely dysautonomia, but it was a little concerned that it might be Nora. But it's something that happens to me every time it gets cold. It's just weird. It just flares up, causes GI issues, cognitive issues for me, and also extreme lightheadedness. But when I stopped for that break, I heard some thunder, so hopefully a thunderstorm rolls through. It feels pretty nice, and might cool it off for tonight, so it won't be so humid. And it definitely looks like a storm is coming. Everything's sweaty already, so the rain's really not going to bother me. But yeah, I don't know how much further I'm going to go today. I might do some night hiking, but I'm feeling so much better, so I think it's time I start doing some bigger miles. After the Smokies, I was only averaging about 6 to 7 miles total over that week. Before the Smokies, I was averaging between 12 to 16. So dysautonomia really did slow me down. So hopefully I can make up some time. Also, with it being warmer now, it's a lot easier on me. Like I said, the cold weather sets me off, but right now I'm in that Goldilocks zone. 70s, low 80s, night times in the 50s and 60s. Like, this is my Goldilocks zone, so I gotta take advantage of it. But yeah, look at these clouds coming in. I'm gonna get drenched for about a half hour, probably an hour, and then hopefully it passes. But I'm about to find out. So yeah, I'm gonna get flying now. So let's get up this mountain. Here comes the rain as predicted. So sun's still out on the other side, but raining over here. So I guess it depends on what mountain you're on. It is depending on who's getting rained on today. So yeah, Hopefully this lowers the temperatures a little bit. Might throw on my rain jacket to stay warm if that does happen. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on hiking. So I went about 13 miles, made it to the top of this bald. It's beautiful. You can see the rain clouds dumping rain on other mountains. Thankfully not this one. The wind's picking up, which is normal for when the sun goes down, especially up on a bald. But it is beautiful up here. So if it wasn't gonna rain, I would probably camp up here. But I don't want to get caught up in the in winds and rain, especially up in a bald. You never want to camp on top of a mountain. You never want to camp in the very bottom of the mountain, because that's where the cold air sinks and extreme winds and weather are on the top. So I did some night hiking, made up some miles. Now I got about 20 miles to Station 19E. But today the big goal is to get over Roan Mountain. The weather's cooperated, rained a little bit yesterday, but it's supposed to rain again around 4 or 5. So I'm hoping to be over this big mountain before then, but it's a lot of climbing. So I've already been doing a lot of climbing, so I don't know how far I'm gonna make it, but like I said, get over Roan Mountain and get to Station 19E. So might be rolling in there tomorrow, and then if I keep up on this pace, I'll probably shoot for boots off for trail days. So I think that's my new game plan, get the boots off so I can get shuttled up to trail days. But yeah, right now is a big climb that's already been happening, so hopefully I can beat the rain. So the rain has definitely started, and I pulled up the weather forecast. Looks like it's going to get pretty rough, but they took away the thunderstorm warning, so it looks like it's just going to be cloudy with light rain and maybe some stronger rain around later towards the evening. But tomorrow morning looks like that's when they moved the severe thunderstorm rolling through. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get up and over Roan Mountain, and then after Roan Mountain there's a lot of balds and exposed ridge. So I am just gonna hike all day, all night. I'm getting over those ridges. I do not want to be on a ridge during a thunderstorm, so especially a severe one that they're predicting. So my game plan is to not necessarily book it, but keep it nice, slow and steady, and just do another huge mile day like I did yesterday. And I don't think I'll make it all the way to Station 19E, but I want to get off those balds. I don't want to take that risk in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna get up and over this, and there won't be much views because of the cloud cover. More likely, if what they're predicting comes true, I will be walking through some clouds, but that's cool as well. And I've seen plenty of mountains and views, so it'll be a little different, but hopefully I don't get too drenched. What am I talking about? I'm walking in the rain for 16 miles. I'm gonna get drenched. So yeah, the climb so far has been a long climb, but it hasn't been like straight up and down. There's been a few of those sections, but nothing like I've experienced in at the beginning of the trail, like in Georgia or in the Smokies. So makes this section a little bit easier. And also, this is the last real big mountain range that we got to do. We're going up into the 5,000 footers, so it might be a little cold, but I'll be happy when that is done, so then I don't have to expose myself to extreme temperature change due to elevation. And the trail kind of mellows out a little bit for Virginia. It's not flat, but it is a little bit more mellow, so I will definitely be looking forward to that. So actually right here in this spot, in 2021, I got up to here and there was a group of campers out all hiking, and it was raining back then too, and just as cold. And I got into here and I was like, I smelling something like burning. I was like, oh my God, somebody got a fire started in this rain. And then, well, there was no fire, but that was one of the days on my last through hike that I had one of my syncopal episodes with shaking. So pretty sure it was a seizure, just because I was smelling burning. I thought I was burning wood or burning bacon, and I was like, oh my God, somebody got a fire. It's gonna be awesome. Nice warm up. I went down the trail a little ways to use the bathroom and woke up next to a tree, disoriented. So hence why I have a Garmin InReach now and a Garmin watch that monitors my heart rate and has safety alerts programmed into it to send out a message in case that happens again. But yeah, I remember having the same thing. The only difference is I didn't slow down between Hot Springs and Erwin like I did this time, so I'm less symptomatic. But just getting to this spot and remembering that, I think when I get down to the gap, I'm going to try making some phone calls and get off of here, because I don't want to I'm just getting over a flare-up and it's a bit nippy, so I don't want to re-trigger that. Just finally starting to feel good, so let's hopefully pray I get some cell service. So I just changed my plans. Now I was going to hike all the way in today and avoid the thunderstorms tomorrow, but with this rain and being up at 6,200 feet of elevation, just got over a dysautonomia flare. I really don't want to aggravate it. I just called the local hostel, station 19E, and I am going into town. I'm going to get warm and dry, and hopefully this is the last time I have to deal with this crap or this situation for a while. To tell you the truth, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I think I might even flip-flop when I get to Harper's Ferry, because this climate that we're in when we're up at 6,200 feet is the same climate that Maine kind of has, and I don't want to be hiking in that type of climate and have my dysautonomia flare up. I had an issue with that actually end of last September when I was hiking the long trail, and I do not want to repeat that at all. So that was not a fun experience. I broke out in hives, just like in the Smokies, had GI issues, had breathing problems. My rib cage was like, I could feel my individual muscles like ripping apart. At least that's what it felt like, and like something was squeezing me. And yeah, it scared the shit out of me. And then when I get to the VA, they tell me it's PTSD and anxiety, and but I refused their medication because I was like, I've already tried that stuff, it doesn't work. And actually some of those meds, like trazodone, can make dysautonomia worse, which is exactly what they tried giving me. and I have a history of making it worse. So instead, I asked for Benadryl to help me sleep, and within 2 days of taking Benadryl, the mast cells, because Benadryl stops mast cell activation, the histamine release went away, rash went away, and I was breathing normal again, and definitely wasn't psychological. So that was that's fun. Do not ever want to repeat that ever again. So yeah, I'm gonna take it cautiously, and I'm gonna go into town. I want to keep on doing big miles, and I can slack back this tomorrow. The trail's not going anywhere. So yeah, I got a shuttle driver coming in about 20 minutes, and hey, I got over Roan Mountain. It's my last 6,000 footer for a very, very long time. So I'm happy about that. So let's get to Station 19E, get warm and dry, and get some food. So let's get down this mountain. So I'm back at Carver's Gap where I got off when the rain started coming, and it's still socked in up here, but I avoided the majority of it. It's still pretty chilly, but not as bad as it was then. There was actually tornado warnings, high wind warnings with that storm front that moved in the other day, so getting off the mountain I felt was a good idea. So today my goal is to do at least 14 miles and get up over these balds. It kind of stinks that it's so socked in right now and that the clouds are lingering up above here, but yeah, if it wasn't for that, it would be awesome views all day. But hey, not every day's a sunny day out on the AT. You gotta hike in the rain sometimes. But yeah, hopefully I can get this done in a timely fashion. But I don't know. Just pop in the headphones, not much to see today because of the fog or the clouds. Pretty much walking through clouds today. So hopefully it burns off a little bit later too. That'd be nice. But if not, the goal is to get down in lower elevation where the clouds aren't sitting around and keeping everything damp and wet. So I'm gonna get going and get these miles under my belt. So let's go. Yeah, the clouds are already starting to burn off, so hopefully we can get some good views. The wind's picking up and pushing them right out of here, so that's a good turn of events. But the wind definitely makes it cold, so I'm hoping for some good views that I can share with you guys and that I can also have the memory of as well. So yeah, let's keep on hiking, and hopefully these clouds disappear and we can get some awesome views. Because actually Roan Mountain is what I went over when it started raining is only 5 feet shorter than Mount Washington, and a lot of people consider the Roan Highlands, especially the grasslands up on the top, the balds, equivalent to the views that you get up in the Whites. So I'd definitely like to see that. Last time I came through here, it was pretty socked in, just like it is now. So I'm really hoping for those views, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see and keep on hiking. Well, the sun came out and the clouds are gone. It's partly cloudy. The wind is still kicking up every now and then. And I'm doing a climb up to Little Hump Mountain, and then after that it's Hump Mountain, and then down to 19E road crossing. So but I'm so happy that I actually waited that storm out so I could get some epic views like this. Why people take off at 6 o'clock in the morning? Because they got some mindset that they got to do 20 miles a day. They're missing all this. I just don't get it. I really don't. I understand that you want to do miles, but aren't we out here for this? I mean, might as well just take a fucking car and go home. You're gonna miss all this because you're set on miles. I don't know. I'm happy I'm not missing it. So I just passed the North Carolina border, and it feels good to have another state done. Because of trail days this weekend, if I kept on hiking, I would get through the rest of Tennessee by that time, but I'm going to get off soon. I'm debating on today or tomorrow. With the storm and waiting for it to clear to get those awesome views, which I do not regret one bit. Definitely set me back a little bit, so I am going to not be able to make it all the way to Boots Off, but I still need to get a ride to Boots Off. So that's what I'm going to try doing, is get a ride to Boots Off so that I can take a zero there and get ready for trail days. I already got my name on a shuttle bus. It's just I'm like in this weird awkward position, so I'm like 35 miles, 32 miles from Boots Off, from the end of the road down here, and it's just too far for me to make in one day, and then it's just not close enough for me to make it in the early morning when my shuttle is at like 8 or 9 or whatever it was. So there's no way that I would be able to do like even a 25 and then a 10 and then still make it there by 9 in the morning. So I gotta figure out a different game plan, because I'm definitely going to trail days. And honestly, I think Station 19E might be a good place, but I don't know. I gotta figure it out. So it's either that or I do a lot of night hiking tonight. I'll figure it out in a bit, but it does feel good to have North Carolina done, and I'm almost done with Tennessee. North Carolina and Tennessee, the Appalachian Trail just kind of like wraps around their border quite a few times, so that was like the last time right there. So leaving North Carolina, got about another, I don't know how many miles, but pretty much to Damascus, and then I'll be entering into Virginia right before Damascus. So on to the longest part of the AT, which is the Virginia Blues. But it's still beautiful. Hopefully it's not as steep, but I know it's not flat. So let me get back to hiking. So just done some thinking, and I think I'm actually gonna call it quits at Station 19E. Not quits for the whole trail, just for this section. Call it good. I'll spend the night there. Tomorrow I'm gonna find, there's a few shuttle drivers around here that can get me to Boots Off, because I already have a shuttle for the next day to trail days. So and I'll be back up with some people that I've been hiking with off and on for a while. And when trail days is done, I'll come back to Station 19E and start again. I'll only be 30 miles behind everybody, which isn't a big deal. Like, that's just that's the difference between somebody taking a 0 and not really. So that's what happens with the bubble anyways. People will bounce back and forth. You'll lose contact with somebody for a little bit, and then you catch back up to them. You're like, holy crap, you were like only 4 days ahead of me the whole time. And it's just how it goes. Just bouncing back and forth all the way up to Maine. So he is just averaged at 12 miles a day, and you'll make it to Katahdin, which doesn't mean you gotta do big miles every day. So I think that's the best plan that I can come up with. So I'm gonna try to do laundry, do all the good stuff, make sure I'm good for trail days. Maybe even try getting a haircut or something. Take advantage of the time off. So yeah, I'm almost to the road, and I'll see you guys at the hostel.
Happy trails.